Have you thought about trying to buy and sell at the same time? That can be pretty overwhelming for a lot of people. So, it is possible to buy and sell at the same time. You just need to have a good strategy and, of course, a great realtor. So, if you need to sell your current home, there's a couple of ways that you can go about doing this when you're looking for the new home. The first thing you can do is request an extended close date. So typical time frame for closing is going to range between 30 and 45 days. So you can always ask for a 60 or 90-day close if you have the money or the down payment for your new home before you sell your existing home. If we're extending the closing date, then you're going to work on getting the new house, but you're going to put your house on the market and use those funds to close. Now, that's only a good strategy if you and your agent think that your home is going to sell really quickly. If your home is kind of unique, if it's going to be a higher price point than is typical for the area, that's probably not going to be the best strategy for you. But that is one way you can buy and sell at the same time. The second is to ask for a rent back agreement when you're selling. So basically, we call that post-close occupancy. We have closing date of March 31st, but you actually retain possession of the home for 30 to 60 days after you've closed on it. You become a renter at that point. You would still be responsible to pay for all the utilities, and you would need to switch from having a homeowner's insurance policy to a renter's policy because, in fact, you are a renter at that point. But you can ask for the rent back agreement so you can actually use the proceeds from the sale of your home to buy that new home for you. And it gives you a little bit of time so that you can start maybe looking while you're under contract on your existing home and find something to purchase. It helps alleviate some of that time crunch for you. The third thing you can do is to take out a home equity line of credit. Now, again, this is only going to be a good option for you if you have quite a bit of equity in your home. If you qualify for 2 mortgages at the same time, or if you don't have a mortgage on your existing home, you could take out that home equity line of credit to use as your down payment towards your new home, close on the new home, list and sell your existing home, and pay off that HELOC whenever it closes. Option number 4 is to do what we call a home sale contingency, which means you write an offer on a house and you write in that it is contingent on your home closing on or before the closing date that you've written in the contract for that new house. Those were not real common before the pandemic frenzy hit. We would see some of that during the height of the market, but a lot of times sellers would reject those offers altogether because you had people that were ready, willing, and able to buy now, that had the cash in hand, they didn't have a house to sell, and they were ready to move forward. So now that the market has slowed down some, we are seeing more of the home sale contingencies come back in purchase and sale agreements. Typically what's going to happen is there's a form called the first right of refusal that the seller is going to counter you with. And the first right of refusal says, okay, we'll agree to your contract, but number 1, you've got to have your house listed and on the market within, typically it's going to be 24 to 72 hours of coming to agreement on this house. And then the second thing is, if the house were to get another offer in that the seller negotiates with the buyer, comes to terms with, you are going to have a specified period of time, usually 24 to 48 hours, to either remove your home sale contingency or the seller can go with a new buyer's offer. So that's a little bit complicated, but it protects the seller from taking their house off the market for an extended period of time, only to find out that your home couldn't sell. Most of the time it's not an issue. And typically the way we work it here is that if I give a buyer a first right of refusal and his house goes under contract, once they get through the inspection period, we'll probably quit taking other offers or quit looking at trying to get more buyers in there to look at the house, and we will mark it contingent at that point. Because we're not trying to play people for money. You're trying to work it out to where it's fair to everybody. So there are ways that you're able to buy and sell at the same time. One of these 4 methods will usually work for everybody. Are you looking to maybe sell your existing home and buy a new home in 2023? If so, I would love to help you out. Send me a DM and let's talk.